Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat said Singapore's anti-fake news law passed by Parliament on Wednesday is not an attempt at suppressing different opinions. Explaining the legislation, he said it's important to make a clear distinction between facts and opinions.
Mr. Heng was speaking to Singapore media at the end of his 5-day trip to Switzerland, and CNA's Jeremy Koh tells us more.
It's happening to sap people's support.
Singapore's parliament passed a comprehensive piece of legislation on Wednesday to combat fake news. Some have expressed fears that it could be used to clamp down on freedom of speech. But speaking in Zurich, Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat reiterated the government's position that it's not an attempt to suppress different opinions.
If we disagree, because we have completely different assumption of what the facts are, what the realities are, we don't actually have a good discourse, because you can't then debate the merits of it based on the set of verifiable facts. And worse still, if one party uses base an opinion on an entirely erroneous set of facts, then we will come to the wrong conclusion. So I think it is important to make a clear distinction between what are facts and what are opinions.
Singapore has said it's vulnerable to fake news because of its position as a global financial hub, its mixed ethnic and religious population, and widespread internet access. And it said the law is aimed at preventing the loss of trust in the government and institutions that has taken root in many Western societies. This led to a rising tide of populism and right-wing nationalism. To counter that, Mr. Heng said it's important to ensure the fruits of growth are shared in an equitable way with the people.
The one important lesson that we see in the more successful countries, including in Switzerland, is the way in which there's been a strong focus on taking care of the welfare of workers. In many of the companies I visit, including those which are highly automated, they make an effort to explore ways and means in which they could upgrade their workforce.
Mr. Heng's 5-day study trip of Switzerland saw him and his delegation engaging various research institutes and companies to study the Swiss productivity, R&D and industry development efforts. The Deputy Prime Minister also said one reason the Swiss have been successful is their ability to stay neutral and yet connect with people around the world. Likewise, by staying neutral and staying focused on a rules-based multilateral framework, Singapore has been able to make contributions to global affairs and also build strong relationships around the world. Jeremy Koh, CNA, Zurich.